व्हाट इज विसियस साइकिल? बोलो बोलो, व्हाट इज विसियस साइकिल? विसियस साइकिल, विसियस साइकिल का मतलब क्या होता है, ये शब्द एक जगह और यूज हुआ है, विसियस साइकिल ऑफ पॉवर्टी। ये सुना आपने? कुचक्र दुष्चक्र हिंदी में। अब कुछ समझ में आ गया होगा आपको, क्या मीनिंग है इसका? ऐसा क्यों होता है? ये तो मीनिंग है इसका जो आप बता रहे हैं, दैट इज लिटरली लिटरल मीनिंग, बट व्हाट इज द एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मीनिंग ऑफ दैट विसियस साइकिल? अगर कह रहा है कि व्हाट इज विसियस साइकिल ऑफ पॉवर्टी, देन व्हाट विल यू राइट? देखो इसका मीनिंग सीधा सीधा है, ए पर्सन इज पुअर, ए पर्सन इज पुअर बिकॉज ही और सी इज पुअर। क्लियर है? इसका मीनिंग सीधा सीधा है कि विसियस साइकिल ऑफ पॉवर्टी मीन्स ए पर्सन इज पुअर बिकॉज ही और सी इज पुअर। एक आदमी गरीब है क्योंकि वो गरीब है। दिस इज द शॉर्टेस्ट मीनिंग, क्योंकि एक आदमी है यहाँ ए, ये गरीब है, तो 10 साल बाद भी फिर गरीबी रहा, फिर 10 साल बाद फिर गरीब पोजीशन में रहा, और यहाँ भी फिर इसी में घूमते घूमते मर जाता है, ऐसा थ्योरी कहती है। हाँ हाँ, तो ये पुअर मैन इज पुअर बिकॉज ही इज पुअर, बट आई डोंट एक्सेप्ट दिस थ्योरी। ये आता है कई बार कि हाउ फार विसियस साइकिल ऑफ पॉवर्टी इज मीनिंगफुल और रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर पॉवर्टी, तो आप ये लिख देंगे कि हाँ भाई ही इज पुअर बिकॉज ही इज पुअर, एंड ही बिकॉज ही इज पुअर देन ही इज पुअर, एंड दैट साइकिल गोज ऑन लो। ये कहता है कि ये पुअर इसलिए क्योंकि वो पुअर है, पुअर मीन्स उसको पैसा नहीं है। तो दिस थ्योरीज लिमिटेशन इज जस्ट बेस्ड ऑन द फंड ऑफ कैपिटल। पूंजी नहीं है इसीलिए वो काम नहीं कर रहा है, इसीलिए वो गरीब है। पूंजी, इफ द कैपिटल वुड हैव बीन along with him or her, then he or she will be survive, and the condition of poverty would be eliminated. But is it right? No. There are lots of job which is required in the country, in the society, where the punji capital is not required. Lots of job. You can put example, just taking on rent 3-wheeler and run it in the city for 2 or 3 hours. You earn money. You just distribute the newspaper in the street and you get money. You just make safai of any hotel and you get money. There are lots of opportunity in the society from where you can get the money. If you are intellectual, then just teach 2, 3, 4 boys and you get money. Lots of area, lots of activities pertaining to this society does not require a single penny. है कि नहीं? अभी हम किसी को बोले कि जाओ ये पंपलेट बांट दो, हम पंपलेट बांटेंगे? आई एम सो ग्रेट पर्सनैलिटी, हाउ शुड आई गो टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द पंपलेट्स? नो, आई शुड नॉट गो. There are vacancy of 20,000 truck drivers in the country and requirement is not getting. So you can imagine कि this theory is not so crucial. प्रोफेसर नर्गसे का थ्योरी था ये, जो ध्यान है. तो can the vicious cycle of gender inequality, poverty and malnutrition be थ्रू माइक्रो फाइनेंसिंग ऑफ वुमेन सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप, और भी हो सकता है। आपको क्या लगता है कि तोड़ सकता है? हम्म 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 that is the question. Whatever whatever you are telling, this is already inherent in the question. The question is asking whether this vicious circle of gender inequality, poverty can be eliminated by microfinancing of the self-help group, not microfinancing of the other than self-help. Your questions or answers should be confined in this manner. He or she is not telling about the microfinancing of Indian government या microfinancing system. इसको ले जाके जोड़ दिया इसने इससे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप से। हाँ, वुमेन की बात कर रहा है इसलिए जोड़ा है वुमेन, वो तो वो, I agree with you. Madam was slightly better because she was telling that the something is better than nothing. यही ना कहना चाह रही है कि कुछ नहीं हो रहा है तो there is little bit, जैसे लिज्जत पापड़। I fully agree with you. I am not, अरे भाई मैं समझ गया और आपका your answer is absolutely right. I am not denying that fact and your fact also it is remarkable. But the question is not asking of such type of answer, na. Question is asking कि whether microfinance, हाँ और हाँ बिल्कुल सही बात। It cannot be because this type of concept of self-help group has been continuing since long back, and its result is just improving the basic needs, basic infrastructure of the family. Because that microfinancing is not in so effective way that that scheme could break the vicious circle, because that is the petty issues and petty amount. No, yeah, 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 yeah. Slightly 50-50. Yeah, बिल्कुल। हम्म 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 You will have to take middle path. This is good, but not as good. Whatever prevails in the society, that is not required. That is not being protected by this scheme, because the amount of microfinancing is very petty issue. They are required to be arrange financing model from the government at the larger amount of financing, so that they should create their value by organizing such type of production system where the demand is already persist and their quality of product is also branded also like a merit. तो आपने you have already heard about the लिज्जत पापड़, that is self help group. तो ऐसा बनाइए, है ना, that is self help group. लिज्जत पापड़ पिकल्स के कई ब्रांड हैं ऐसे गुजरात में, तो उसको थोड़ा सा माइक्रो फाइनेंसिंग शुड बी इनहेंस्ड and the amount of financing to be taken to be given by the government from the non-banking finance या banking finance. Only microfinancing from women SHG cannot change the That is just 50-50 of the level of for your survival, for your passing, for your livelihood, not more than that. क्लियर है ना? ये इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन है, इसके बारे में यू विल हैव टू नो अबाउट दिस Asia's growth story. The next few are expected to be of Africa. That is the current affairs perspective of question. So you will have to know about the India and Africa relation and Africa's towards inclination. India's influence in Africa in recent years. That is current affairs. So you just simply, you will have to write, you will have to examine. But the 2-3 points in my mind is coming that you should focus your answer regarding the minerals mines located in the Central Africa or Western Africa or West, Central and Northern Africa. That is the more prominent area where the mines of iron ore, coal and this and that is available in the surplus manner, and we are not in position to make our requirement of coal as well as iron ore, and you will have to depend upon the other country like Africa. So इसीलिए इंडिया और चाइना is contributing, India and China is making efforts to get the alliance with Mozambique, with Liberia, Namibia. So all these country which is located in the Central Africa group especially and the western and northern part, that is the enriched with the mines. So इसलिए that's why India's inclination is being inclined with the African country for getting that mines. The logic behind this is just mining activity, because that is good, that answer to be written, but my suggestion was that this point whatever I am discussing, that should be incorporated, because India is not in the sufficient amount of coal or iron ore. The need is not going to be fulfilled after 20-30 years. This is the problem, and there is the second largest minerals of the world in this area. तो इसलिए उसको करना जरूरी है, being a highly populous country like China and India. बाकी तो requirement is not so huge like China and India. So this point to be covered in the background, because this is the prime reason. Summit तो होता रहता है, and after all the summits and after all the meetings and after making MOU, the chapter, the things working in behind, that is the requirement of. Okay. Okay. That is good. That point you will have to cover. Along with that point you will have to cover. Yes, why not? From Africa. बिल्कुल. और ये so that is simple question na? Again 10th is also simple question. Now the power balance theory has been changed, है कि नहीं? Power balance theory is changed because after breaking USSR in 1991, the scenario of world has gone totally drastically changed. Nowadays the China has become the role of USSR, है ना? So in that situation you will have to write that the USA is facing an existential threat in the form of China that is much more challenging than the erstwhile Soviet Union, because erstwhile Soviet Union was just leftist Marxist sort of ideology, but the China does not believe in any theory. they are not democratic, they are not totalitarian, they are not Marxian. उनकी थ्योरी टोटल अलग है. So that is the more dangerous than the USSR. USSR always try to protect the democratic value of the citizens as well as the democratic relations between India or any other country. But these people, Chinese people, are so dangerous. There is no any moral or there is no constitutional morality that is not available in their context. तो ये प्रॉब्लम है, इसलिए दे आर बिकमिंग मोर डेंजरस. क्योंकि शैतान बच्चा जिसे कहते हैं ना, हाँ कुछ भी कर सकता है. बिकॉज मोरालिटी डज नॉट हैव सो स्ट्रांग इन चाइना. देयर मोरालिटी ओनली बेस्ड ऑन द मनी, हाउ टू अर्न मनी, हाउ टू क्रिएट वेल्थ. सबसे बड़ा ये है. उनको देखो, दे आर नॉट फॉलोइंग द मार्क्सिज्म, they are not following the leftist ideology which is based on the removal and elimination of capitalist group. अब आप देखिए ना कि चाइना हैज बिकम मोर कैपिटलिस्टिक ओरिएंटेड अप्रोच rather than the bourgeois, other than the proletariat type of approach. All the proletariat theory has eliminated from the China. आफ्टर दैट एपिसोड ऑफ द चाइनीज चौक, कौन सा नाम था जिसपे, नहीं एक एपिसोड हुआ था ना चाइना में, एक जगह था कौन सा चौराहा जहाँ पे कई लोगों को एजिटेटर्स वेर शॉट, गॉट शॉट. नेम ऑफ दैट, हाँ वो चौक का नाम था, ध्यान नहीं आ रहा है. तो दिस इज द क्वेश्चंस पर्टेनिंग टू चाइना. इसीलिए तो बोला कि देयर इज नो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी विथ लाइज विद द चाइना, बिकॉज his philosophy is based on the profit motive to earn money. Does not make difference whether I am follower of Marxist or leftist or Hegel or Lenin. That all the theory is gone away. तो इसको यहीं पे समाप्त करते हैं. तो ये 10वां 10th questions is over, but that was not into consideration of my opinion. It should be discussed. In my opinion, the second question is just to go through these questions, and I have sent that YouTube, and I have told you that go through this class of Pajira regarding that serial number. What was the serial number? ना 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 ना, वो आपको सब नहीं देखना है ना, मैंने क्वेश्चन नंबर लिखा था. यू सेंड हिम ऑल्सो, है ना. तो उसको डिस्कस कल कर लेंगे, है ना. थैंक यू. तो आप यू आर रिक्वेस्टेड टू डाउनलोड द प्रीसा ऐप and get acquainted and get familiar with that questions of answer writing as well as the preliminaries guidance program, capsule course, whatever name you can put in your mind, that is refresher course, any course you can put the name, but my suggestion will be that you should join for cracking the preliminary at the first stage. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.